Hi everyone. So today I just want to make a update, more likely a 1 year update of all my water grown houseplants. So instead of making like 2 or 3 different videos, I decided to just make one single video about all my houseplants. They are all grown in water except one which is not in this video. So as you can see here, there's a lot. Most of them are peace lilies and pothos, and a few dieffenbachia, and just one lucky bamboo. So first of all, we're just gonna go from here, from the left. So this one is the neon green pothos, as you can see here. Um, Again, they're all grown in water. Most of them I have them in water for around a year, so this will be a year update. Again, I give some of them away by cuttings, or some, not actually cuttings. Like for puffles you can do cuttings, but peace lily is not actually cuttings, or it's kind of cutting, but you have to separate it at the bottom from the crown. You cannot cut it from like a single leaf. And then, as you can see here, they grow a little bit, but not by much. I assume they might grow slightly more in soil. But for myself, I just prefer it in water. It's much more neat and tidy and less messy. And of course, way cooler, as they are kind of like a science experiment. You can see the roots itself, and it's kind of hassle free because like all you have to do is just add water in it. uh, Not much maintenance, except maybe when there's leaf that died, then you just cut it away. It grows a little bit, and of course I gave some of them away, so it might not look as big as they should. But again, they're kind of pretty. And then this one, of course, is the peace lily, regular peace lily. It might be hard to see from the camera, but again, one more thing is they kind of, their size might be limited by the container you use. If the container is not that big, then it might limit their size. Um, so just like a regular pot, if you want your plants to grow bigger, or if it's fully grown, taking all the space in this case the vase, then you might want to change to a bigger vase, or you can trim the roots. So it's up to you. I trim some of them, in several of them. And then here is a silver pothos. It's a more rare one. This is more hard to find, but again, this is a very unique one in my opinion. Um, it's a silver. The texture is different. It's more rough, unlike any other plants I have. Um, but this one is, again, it's the smallest. But again, I gave some of them away by cuttings. And yep, so that's how it looks like. And then this one, another peace lily, and this one has a flower. Again, some of the peace lily I have has flowered before, but now, they only last for 2 or 3 months at most, so I cut them away once the flower dies. But the most I have in a single plant is 3 or 4 flowers in water, so uh, you don't have to worry about, if I put it in water, do they have flower? Yes, they have. This one still have one so far, even though right now it's kind of winter time. But it depends in your indoor temperature. And then this one here is the dieffenbachia. As you can see, it has a lot of leaves. Not sure if you can see clearly because of the lightning, but it has a lot of leaves. This one, I actually pick it up from the trash can. Someone in the office, they throw it away. Again, all of them originally are from soil. I think no plant stores sell them in water. But yeah, this one is from soil, and people just dump it into the trash. So I saw it and I pick it up. Of course, it grows quite a bit. Before it's not, it has less leaves, and again, Some of the leaves died, so it has grown quite a bit. It's one of my favorite plants. As you can see here, most of the roots of all these plants has turned green because the exposure to sunlight, which is kind of cool. The green roots are very robust, more robust than regular white roots. It's very tough, and it's a sign that the plant is healthy. The next one here is a snow pothos. I think that's the name, or very, I don't know. I think it's the snow queen, or marble queen actually. Um, Again, it is quite a bit. Another pretty plant. The leaves are kind of light green with some spots on it. A lot of roots, as you can see, some of them. Um, and then the next one here is this is the lucky bamboo. It's one of the more popular plant to grow in water. A lot of store actually sow them in water. So basically you don't have to do anything. You just put it in water. Um, and yeah, it just grow quite a bit again, but not a lot of roots for this kind of plant. Um, for this one, actually I got this from the trash can. I don't know why, like people just throw away healthy plants. And then the next one is a peace lily. They are all regular peace lily except one. Again, a lot of roots in here. This is actually one of my bigger peace lily in water. Almost fully occupied the container. Actually, I moved it from a bigger container to a smaller one because the bigger one is too big, and I trimmed some of the roots. All the roots have basically turned green, and this one has more than 20 leaves, so it's one of the bigger ones. The other one has between 10 to 15 leaves. And then the next one here, this is another peace lily, but this is not the regular one. This is the variegated peace lily. The texture is different again. It's more rough, kind of like the silver pothos, and not too many leaves. This one is from a bigger plant. The bigger plant actually died from root rot or crown rot. If it has root rot, you can put it in water, but if it has crown rot, is very difficult to save. Most likely, you have to throw it away. But this is one of the stem that survive. So right now it looks fine. Hopefully, it survive. And then it's kind of small compared to the other ones, as you can see, but we'll see in the future. And then the next one, another peace lily, regular one. It doesn't matter which one, which container, what kind of container you put in. Like as you can see, this one, most of them are in glass, and this one is in plastic. But I guess it doesn't make a big difference so far. A year. They are healthy so far. And then this one is another dieffenbachia. This is a small one. This one I also get it from trash. But as you can see, this is just one stem. The other stem, I give some of them away and some of them died, but this one is fine. This is a kind of like different style. This is like a plant in a bottle. The others are a plant in a vase. So it's up to you. This one, it definitely occupies less space. So it's a good choice for you if you have limited space. It's just a bottle compared to the other one, like the peace lily. It occupies quite big of a space. Like let's say my biggest one, it occupies like 2 feet by 2 feet, almost 2 feet by 2 feet. If you count the leaves, but this one is, obviously half a foot by half a foot, maybe at maximum. And then the last one here is the variegated pothos. This is a smaller one. I mean, different kinds of pothos, they have different size and growth rate, but this one is quite healthy again. All the roots turn green. And again, this one you don't have to fill the water all the way up. It's just your personal preference. Just make sure the roots are covered in water. So all you need is just here, and then make sure you refill the water once it gets too low. But it's up to you. In this example here, you don't have to refill the water for maybe even for 6 months or even longer. So you don't have to do anything if you do it like this. Compared to in soil, you have to water it maybe once a week. So this one is carefree. I like that a lot, and it looks cool. Very clean and tidy, not messy at all. Especially if you put them in your room, Some people, I don't know, maybe allergic to soil and you don't know what's in the soil. It could have bugs or some kinds of pathogens, bacteria, I don't know. Anything can be in the soil. So this is a much cleaner, more like futuristic look to it. So it's up to you. Let me know if you have any question. Basically, they all have the same kind of care. They need just indirect sunlight, so like kind of like this one with blinds. And they're all indoor plants. So don't try not to put it outdoor unless you are in Hawaii or something with warm temperature and shaded. But it's still, kind of hard to grow these kind of plants outdoor, in my opinion. But I've seen it. I've seen some peace lily growing outdoor in my area, but that's the only place that I've seen it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and feel free to leave any comments or questions. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.